Hi everyone, my name's Henry. I'm a research engineer at Infogee, and today I'm going to walk you through historical Super Bowl campaign performance. So, this is a question that I have been really curious about, especially with how Super Bowl commercials have been getting increasingly more expensive. And that's how well-known Super Bowl commercials have influenced culture over time. In order to answer this question, we leveraged both common databases like cost of commercial or when commercials happened with social data. So, how often people talked about those commercials online and how they talked about them. So let's dive in and I'll show you how our API was able to answer this question. First, we built a data set of well-known Super Bowl commercials. You'll note we had a couple tables which we merged together using Python. We looked at well-known commercials from a variety of sources like Google searches, and then through some data wrangling, we're able to build a pretty decent sized data set of commercials which perform the best. We also pulled a table of how much these commercials cost on average for a 30-second ad spot, and then we looked at those commercial dates. The commercial dates are a really important metric because in marketing and advertising, people generally want to look at ROI in the short term. And so by being able to examine how well a commercial performed in just the week after the Super Bowl, we can get really relevant metrics to talk about that short-term impact, which is what we're doing here. Now we'll really briefly talk about the ranking formula we used. So you'll notice we have total. This is the post volume for the commercial conversation within that week. But we also have a variety of other factors like positive sentiment, anticipation, joy, and love. The last three being emotions that Infogee AI injects and enhances our data set with. We also have a variety of weightings for this composite score. We wanted mostly to look at how well a commercial performed and how much word of mouth it got. And so that's why the weighting for post volume is the highest. Let's now take a look at the results. And what's really, really interesting is you see a pretty dramatic weighting on the earlier part of the decade for commercials that performed well. The highest being the Chrysler commercial Born of Fire. So this had Eminem, a gospel choir, and sort of guitar riff of Lose Yourself. It was a really impactful commercial, and it's cool to see that our algorithms were able to pick that up using just social data. But what's really interesting is when we zoom out and look on aggregate, you see just how much more impactful earlier ads were. So here we're plotting average rank of the commercials by year, and where lower is better, you can see just how highly 2011 and 2010 commercials ranked via the rest of the decade that we looked at. Now, we did see a better average ranking for 2023, and so it'll be really interesting to see what happens in 2025. If those commercials tend to break through more, or if it's sort of a return to the mean where Super Bowl commercials just don't have that sort of same word of mouth that they would have earlier on, which is how disparate culture is. If you want to learn more, or if you want to actually watch those commercials, we have them embedded in our blog. We'll make sure to put that link in the description. And I hope everyone has a great day and enjoys the game. Go Kansas City.